want to thank Candace Chu on YouTube for her suggestion that I review this movie, The Manchurian Candidate, which appeared in 1962. It is the second of two versions. This one was filmed and directed by John Frankenheimer, and in this 62 version is based on the novel by Richard Condon called The Manchurian Candidate. It stars brilliant acting by Frank Sinatra, Laurence Harvey, Angela Lansbury, and Janet Leigh, who's up for an Academy Award within this movie. The plot, and this is what makes it so ominous and so timely today, some 60 years later. The plot centers on Korean War veteran Raymond Shaw, who is a part of the prominent political family and has been brainwashed by the communists after his platoon is captured. The hypnotic techniques in brainwashing him are never clearly demonstrated, but you know by the way they touch him, the way they gesture, a remark that's said, and a playing card. He's undergoing hypnotic control, which in the 1960s was extremely popular as a study and possibility, even being used by communists in their day and age. He's returned to civilian life in the United States, where he becomes the unwitting assassin, and I mean unwitting assassin, to the international communist conspiracy to take over the Western world. Amongst the characters is a group which includes representatives of the People's Republic of China. Even more ironic is considering what's going on today by the Communist Party, which has also the plan to eradicate our sociological, successful, democratic existence. The Soviet Union plans in this movie to assassinate the presidential nominee of the American political party. So the undercurrent of the story is there is a method to overthrow the United States of America. Boy, does this ring home even in today's day and age, when we now know, and it's been said over and over again, that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of communists that have filled our special world, from education to political and you name it. The film was released in the United States on October 24th, 1962, at the height of the United States-Soviet hostility during the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was widely acclaimed by Western critics, and Angela Lansbury was nominated also for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Several people in the storyline were hypnotically controlled. You realize this from the very beginning of the story by just certain gestures. When they were touched on the shoulder, they seemed to go into a trance. And there were times when they had memories that they could not quite control and bring back because they were hypnotically made to believe that the memories were inaccessible and would no longer be remembered. And this was all controlled while they were prisoners in China and made to respond to key suggestion. By the way, what makes this, for me, so dramatic is that one of the techniques of controlling these people, the plan of which is that one of them will destroy and murder the President of the United States. One of the factors is a playing card, which during a game, the cards are given to one person, a conditioned subject, to deal face up, and suddenly a card is turned face up, and the camera freezes, and the subject freezes. And 3 or 4 times in the story, including near the end, this happens, where when the cards are turned over, the same playing cards appears 5 or 6 times. The irony of it is, the playing cards from my early childhood became a massive technology and skill in my life, that the card that they use is the card that, not having seen this movie, I singled out. And that card is the Queen of Diamonds. It hit me like a ton of bricks. And by the way, in the latter part of the movie, and I'm not going to ruin this for you, there is an incredibly high-strung scene where the person who is going to murder the individual running for a U.S. president is going to enter a building and go to the top where he can shoot out the window and kill the presidential candidate. Frank Sinatra is aware of who this person is and tells him, "Promise me, I respect you and I can stop this. Call me as soon as you get upstairs to that position." Well, it doesn't quite happen that way. Sinatra realizes that that person is already there. And you see him fleeing up the stairs, flights and flights of stairs, to walk into a room where already the murderer, who's been programmed and conditioned, is with an army rifle putting major-size bullets within the chambers and is now about to aim it as Sinatra plunges open the door. It turns out 3 people are murdered in this incredible climax that you will never forget.